advantage. Raul now, oh my goodness, gets derailed. Oh wow, look at this, and he's got derailed. Look at this. How close can you get? You've got some classic Thomas and Friends Trackmaster races on a special Hyperglow track. Hyperglow Thomas, Hyperglow Nia, Neon Edward, Busy as a Bee James, Neon Thomas, Steven the Rocket, Hyperglow Ashima, Rebecca, Hyperglow Graffiti Thomas, Toby, Henry, Shooting Star Gordon, Hyperglow Percy, Hyperglow Hazard Thomas, Gina, and Raul. First up, number 2, it is Neon Edward going up against Raul of Brazil. On your tracks, get set, go! Off they go, and coming down the line, it looks like Raul is slightly ahead of this special Neon Edward. Raul coming over, and as he comes down the hill and underneath the water tower, he does have the high road, and it looks like he's got derailed already, and now it is Edward who got derailed. Oh my goodness, look at this. And he's having a tough time getting back on track, giving Raul a distinct advantage, coming back over the hill and past the docks, if you will, and it is Raul of Brazil with the win. Neon Edward doing the best he can, but in the end, it is all Raul. Next up, we have a Hyperglow Thomas going up against Rebecca. We haven't seen her race in a while. On your tracks, get set, go! Off they go, and they're coming down the line. This is a special Hyperglow Thomas with lights that light up the tracks. These special Hyperglow tracks, and he is definitely ahead of Rebecca at this time. He has the inside track. Rebecca coming over, and she's got the checker flags coming through, but she is well behind this Hyperglow Thomas. Coming back over and past those special neon docks, and he will come in with the win. I do like Rebecca very much. She's one of my favorite Big World, Big Adventures engines, but it is all Neon Thomas in this special race. Next up, it's Hyperglow Nia. She also has those special lights up against Neon Thomas with those glow underneath. On your tracks, get set, go! Off they go, coming down the line. It looks like Thomas definitely had Neon Nia, or Hyperglow Nia, if you will, those lights coming off the bottom. But look at this, and it's Neon Thomas coming through the caves, and he has the inside track. Oh, wow, look at this, and he's got derailed. Nia having a tough time. She's got derailed as well. That was a malfunction at the junction. It's Neon Thomas coming back over as he goes past the crystal caves, and he will come in with the big win. Very one-sided race. Neon Thomas doing the best he can, eliminates Nia. Next up, 2 big tender engines. We've got Shooting Star Gordon, number 4, up against Busy as a Bee James, number 5. Very, very beautiful engines. On your tracks, get set, go! Off they go, coming down the line. Look at these 2 engines go. I think that Shooting Star Gordon slightly ahead of Busy as a Bee James as Gordon comes down and goes through the cave entrance. He has the outside track, the high road, if you will, folks. As he comes around, he is still well ahead of Busy as a Bee James, and he is doing the best that he can as he goes over Gordon's Hill. James was far and away past the crystal caves, and he is in for the win. A big win for the fastest variation of the number 4 engine Gordon. Busy as a Bee James. I guess you have to buzz off. Next up, we have the Rocket. It's Steven, who has a really large face, up against Hyperglow Ashima from India. On your tracks, get set, go! Off they go, coming down the line. Look at these 2 engines. It is Ashima slightly ahead of Steven as she goes up over the hill. Steven, the Rocket, the fastest engine at his time, not fast enough. And I think this is a very close race. Steven is struggling on the upper track as Ashima comes through on the lower track, and she is well ahead at this point, underneath the water tower and back over the hill. Coming down this neon track past the crystal caves in the last turn, and she will go on to win. Steven the Rocket helps all the visitors to Ulstead Castle, but it is Ashima of India, maybe on her way to the Great Race, one of the best shunters in the world. Next up, Battle of the Hyperglow Engines. Hyperglow Percy, possibly my favorite out of all the Hyperglow engines, going up against Hyperglow Thomas. This is the hazard variation. Best friends collide, folks. On your tracks, get set, go! Off they go, and the best friends are coming down the line. Both these Hyperglow engines with those special lights at the back of the engines, and it looks like they're very in line. I think that Percy slightly ahead has the inside track, and that will give him the advantage as he comes around with that neon glow going through that neon cave and back over the hill, well over ahead of Thomas, Hazard Thomas, if you will. past the docks, and down and through to the win. Percy McGursey, the little male engine, defeats his best friend Thomas. Next up, number 7, Toby, who does very well in these races, up against Gina of Italy. On your tracks, get set, go! Off they go, and look at this, folks. Gina, she competed in the Great Race at the shunting competition, but absolutely no competition for Toby, number 7, as he has the inside track and comes around and barely misses Gina. Wow, he is really on a tear here. Coming back over the hill, he is well ahead of Gina, who's way off in the distance past the Crystal Caves. And look at Toby go, he has won. Number 7, Toby, absolutely fantastic, eliminates Gina. And the final race of the first round has our third and final Hyperglow Thomas, Graffiti Thomas, going up against number 3, Henry. On your tracks, get set, go! Off they go, coming down the line. It looks like Hyperglow Thomas ahead of Henry. Henry doing his best, but look at this. Oh, and Hyperglow Thomas gets derailed. Nim gets it back on track and on time, but he has the outside track. That might come off as a disadvantage as he's going over. Henry coming under, and they come out of the turns. And oh my goodness, it is Hyperglow Graffiti Thomas getting slightly derailed, got himself back on, but he is well ahead of Henry at this time, and he will go on to win. Number 3, Henry, with the inside track advantage, still cannot do anything to defeat Hyperglow Thomas. Welcome to second round action. 8 engines remain, including Hyperglow Thomas, Raul, Shooting Star Gordon, Hyperglow Ashima, Neon Thomas, Toby, Hyperglow Percy, and Graffiti Hyperglow Thomas. Up first, let's get our classic, if you will, Hyperglow Thomas up against Raul, all the way from Brazil. On your tracks, get set, go! Off they go, coming down the line. 2 very evenly matched engines, if you will, folks, and it looks like Thomas in the forefront as he has a slight lead over Raul, if you will. And now look at this, he has gotten derailed. Raul coming out of turns, and that gives Raul the advantage now, well ahead of Thomas. Thomas going back through Crystal Caves. Raul kept back over the hill. Thomas in the background past the Crystal Caves in a very close race, but it is Raul. Good job, Thomas, the tank engine, doing the best you can, but it was all Raul. Congratulations, Brazil. Next up, it is big number 4, Shooting Star Gordon, going up against Hyperglow Ashima. Look how beautiful she is. That's a lot of beautiful colors. On your tracks, get set, go! Off they go, coming down the line. Looks like Shooting Star slightly ahead. Here's Hyperglow Ashima with the beautiful lights in the background. But look at Shooting Star Gordon coming through, and it looks like he will take the outside track with Ashima coming around, and she is definitely ahead of Gordon at this point, coming back over the hill. It is Ashima ahead of Shooting Star Gordon, but she gets derailed. Oh my goodness, look at this. How close can you get, folks? And it's oh my goodness, it's a tie. Well, I guess that means we're having a rematch. Go! Off they go, coming down the line. These two engines are very, very evenly matched. We'll see what happens here as Ashima and Gordon. And it looks like Ashima now with the outside track. Gordon coming in on the inside track, and he will be ahead as he is coming underneath the water tower. Now ahead of the Ashima, coming out of the turns past the Crystal Caves. And it is definitely Shooting Star Gordon with the win. I love very close races like that. Ashima doing her absolute best and getting a tie, but in the second race, it was Shooting Star Gordon with the win. Next up, it is Neon Thomas going up against number 7. It is Lucky Engine Toby. On your tracks, get set, go! Off they go, coming down the line, and look at this, it is Toby slightly ahead of Neon Thomas, if you will. Toby, the number 7 engine, doing the best he can. So look at this, it is the inside track for him. He is well ahead now. Thomas coming around the turns, but he has no match for Toby, who is back over the hills, past the docks, and he will go on with a big lead to win. Very one-sided race. Congratulations, Toby. Final race of the second round is a battle of the Hyperglow engines. It is Hyperglow Percy, number 6, up against Graffiti Hyperglow Thomas, number 1. On your tracks, get set, go! Off they go, and it is Thomas slightly ahead of Percy as they are going down this neon track. Graffiti Thomas, oh my goodness, and he gets derailed. Liam has to help him out, giving Percy a slight advantage now as Percy is on the inside turns. And look at this, it is Thomas, the tank engine, coming around, but Percy is well ahead at this point as he is going over the hills, and Thomas gets hung up again. Thomas catching up, but I don't think it's going to be enough as Percy wins. What a fantastic race. Thomas, the tank engine, doing really, really well, but not as good as Percy. Congratulations. Welcome to the final 4 as these 4 engines remain. Hyperglow Percy, Raul of Brazil, Shooting Star Gordon, and Toby. First up, let's get a battle of the small engines as Percy takes on Raul. On your tracks, get set, go! Off they go, coming down the line, and it is a very even match again as these 2 engines Oh my goodness, and Toby, he comes on the hill and it is a distinct disadvantage. Raul now, oh my goodness, gets derailed. And Percy gets derailed again. This is all sorts of confusion and delay. And coming back there, evenly matched again. What will happen next and who will win? It could be anybody's guess. I think Raul is slightly ahead and it's a win for Raul. Raul, that was a very disruptive race. Unbelievable. Goes on to the final and eliminates Percy. But who will Raul face? Let's find out as number 4, Shooting Star Gordon takes on number 7, Toby. On your tracks. Get set. Go! Off they go! Oh my goodness, what happened to Toby right off the bat? That's not good. And Shooting Star Gordon coming over his own hill, and it looks like Toby's already caught up, and wow, he is passing Shooting Star Gordon. Has the inside track. Gordon doing the best he can, going past those checkered lines, but look at this, folks. It is all Toby, number 7, coming back over, and he is really ahead of the competition, and he has won. A very one-sided race. Shooting Star Gordon, supposedly one of the fastest engines on the world, but it is all Toby. And here we are, folks, in the final. One of these two engines will be the fastest engine in the world. Will it be Raul of Brazil or number 7, Toby the Tram Engine? On your tracks. Get set. Go! Off they go, and look at this, right off the bat, it is Toby, number 7, well ahead of Raul as he goes over the hill and underneath the watchtower, but he has that upper track, giving him a little bit more track to go on. But he comes out of the turns and he is still ahead of Raul. Raul doing the best he can, but look at Toby, folks. Toby is going on past the docks, and it looks like it's all Toby for the win. Raul of Brazil doing very good and comes in 2nd place, but in the end, it is Toby, number 7, fastest engine in the world.